In this video, I explain how me and my mum train chest and back every single week to build muscle, lose fat, stay healthy, get fit, hit PRs, and have a bit of fun. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Niam, and over the last few years, I've been working hard to lose fat. I've lost over 50 kilograms of body fat. I have been improving myself, improving my attitude, improving my mindset, becoming happier, and yeah, it's been a great journey. And I just want to share some of the lessons that I've learned along the way, and I'm still on this journey as well, and I'm learning more every single day. So as I go through my self-improvement journey, my fat loss journey, my fitness journey, I just want to keep sharing so that maybe it can help one of you out there today. So if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. But for now, let's get into it. So let's zoom out a little bit, and I want to just share with you why I think it's worthwhile to spend time to go to the gym with your mum. Because you might be thinking, hold on a second, Liam, surely if I go to the gym by myself, I'll probably be way more efficient and I'll probably be able to get more volume out. But here are the benefits that I've gained from training with my mum so frequently. Number one, I think that I've improved my relationship with my mum through training so much with her. It's something else that we can kind of bond over, right? You know, we can talk about it when we're not at the gym, and then when we're at the gym, we're kind of doing sets, and then we're talking about the exercises. And so it's just another topic of conversation for us, another activity that we can build our relationship over. I think doing physical exercise with other people, there's something really special about it. You know, I used to train Muay Thai, and in the class we used to kind of train and do exercises in groups, and it was such a fulfilling and meaningful activity. And so this is kind of emulating those similar feelings that I used to get, where you're exercising with someone else, and so you're getting those kind of social benefits but also physical benefits too. I think by going with your mum, you're going to probably get better at training too. For me, I actually definitely got better at performing each and every single exercise by training my mum, because I have to teach her the different exercises. So when I'm doing a specific little thing, I have to go really deep and have that attention detail to every single movement that I'm doing. So for example, with a bench press, you have to push your shoulders back and try and engage the chest as much as possible. Now I have to really understand why I'm doing each little body movement so that I can explain that to her. And then I want to lead by example as well, right? Like if I'm showing my mum how to do a certain exercise, I want to do it as perfectly as I can so that she does it as perfectly as she can, and she can maximize her progress. Sometimes when you do something for yourself, you kind of half-ass it. But when you do something for other people, think about your work or what you did for school. Immediately when you start doing something for someone else, you kind of switch that mindset so that you end up doing it a little bit better and a little bit more perfect. Two reasons why your form and exercise will probably get better if you start training with someone else or your mum. And then I think the other thing is health, longevity and fitness. You know, my mum has become so much more fitter by going to the gym. So if you can be that kind of inspiring partner for her, or someone that motivates her, or someone that kind of helps her get fit, then what a life-changing gift that you can be to your mum. Like, you can go there and give your mum more health, which means that you're giving your mum more life, really. My mum has been able to kind of travel to Costa Rica and Sri Lanka over the last couple of years, and we've done a hike. We saw her scrambling on some rocks to get to the top of this peak in Sri Lanka, and she definitely wouldn't have been able to do that if we hadn't been training in the gym. So if you can be that inspiring partner for your mum, then I think there's no better honor in this world, really, because you're kind of giving back what she deserved, or what they deserve, because they've raised you as a child. I think the final thing is that eventually your mom's probably going to get ill or sick if she doesn't train in the gym in this day and age. You know, we're living this increasingly sedentary lifestyle and comfortable lifestyle, and so our bodies are becoming more and more fragile. And so when we get older, these bodies become frail, and we have people falling down and having hip replacements. And so one way to kind of stop that from happening is going to the gym and strength training. And so if you can inspire your mum now to get into the gym, then you're probably going to be able to go out there, and you're probably going to be able to avoid her having some illness 20 years down the line, and you having to look after her then as well. And so, or you're going to help at least prevent it from happening anyway. And so if you can get her in the gym and get her lifting weights, then it's going to be a good step in the right direction in terms of helping or preventing harm from happening later down the line, when, you know, our bodies, or her body, or parents' bodies, are going to start becoming more fragile. weaker and more susceptible to injury, really. Alright, so let's get into it. Me and my mum have been training together, and I had to kind of design a program that was good for both of us because we're going to be going to the gym quite a lot together, and so it's got to be beginner friendly and easy to follow so that my mum could perform the exercises, but then at the same time it's still got to provide me with the same amount of volume and the same amount of stimulus that I need to grow my muscles as well. And so that means focusing on compound movements and making sure that the exercises that we are doing are the biggest bang for their buck, really. And we don't want it to take too long in the gym, right? Obviously training together probably going to take slightly longer than if you were to go to the gym by yourself with earphones in and smashing it out. And so again, it kind of accentuates the point that these exercises that we choose need to be incredibly effective at stimulating the target muscle group. So this is what I designed: 4 exercises, 3 sets per exercise, 2 chest and 2 back, and mainly compound movements. So exercise number 1, incline bench press. It's a great exercise to engage the kind of upper chest. Sometimes this muscle group is neglected because everyone's kind of doing these flat bench presses, which obviously targets the mid chest. The incline bench press, obviously it still stimulates the mid chest a little bit, but more the upper chest, which sometimes gets neglected, and so that's why I wanted to throw that in there. And the kind of main thing with this exercise is make sure that your shoulders are back and your scapula is retracted, and yeah, you're engaging the chest as much as possible when you're doing it. And something that I used to do quite a lot was I never used to bring the bar all the way back down to my chest, and so I wouldn't get that full range of motion. But actually at the bottom, if you think about it, that is when your chest is most stretched and most lengthened. And so when you're performing this exercise, make sure that you go all the way down and all the way back up so that you're engaging the chest as much as possible and stimulating the muscle as much as possible as well. Next exercise is the T-bar row. I love this exercise. I think it's a great compound exercise for back muscles. It engages pretty much the whole back, and it's easy to load and unload, especially when you're with your mum. If you're with someone else that's a little bit weaker than you, sometimes doing the barbell row would be a bit long because you'd have to kind of unload both sides of the weight, whereas with the T-bar row it's just quite quick to get the weight off and get the weight back on, and so it's quite nice. And it's a bit safer than the traditional bent over row because the load is fixed to a rod in the corner, and so you're kind of just lifting on a pivot rather than the whole bar, and so there's less chance of you having to swing to move the weight and then engaging other areas of the back that you don't really want to engage. But yeah, main thing with this, keep the back neck neutral, elbows tight, and then try not to swing. Sometimes at the end of a set or something you might have to start swinging a little bit, but yeah, most of the set should be pretty fixed in position with a neutral back, just engaging your back to move the weight up and down. And then really try and feel the contraction in the back as you row up and down to engage it as much as possible, really. I think it takes a bit of time to learn how to engage your back properly, but once you get it, I think it's a game changer, and the feeling that you get after doing some pull-ups or doing some rows is amazing once you've fully kind of learned how to engage those lats in order to move the weight. But it just takes a bit of time, a bit of practice. I think with all these exercises, it's important that you remember that showing up is the most important thing, because that's how you practice engaging the muscles. And yeah, you can watch videos like this one, but going to the gym and actually lifting the weight and practicing moving the weight and engaging the muscles is what's going to allow you to learn faster and better, basically. But yeah, exercise number 3 is isolateral chest press. Now I think this is a really good exercise to engage the pectoral muscles, because you don't have to worry about stabilization like in the bench press, and so you can really focus on contracting that chest as much as possible. And again, keep the shoulders back, engage that chest, and try and go for that full range of motion, which means bringing the elbows all the way back behind you, basically, so you're getting that full stretch on the chest, and then keep it slow on the negative. And I think you can do that more than with the bench press because you're not worrying about that stabilization, so you can really slow it down on the way down, or the way back, basically, on the negative side. Last exercise is assisted pull-ups, and these are really good for engaging the back, especially if you can't do pull-ups by themselves. It's a good way to emulate that same movement and strengthen the back enough so that you can get to a point where you can do pull-ups, because otherwise you might be able to do 1 rep and you're done. Whereas this, you can do a few more and kind of practice that pull-up movement where you're engaging the back, retracting the scapula, pushing your chest out, and really getting those lats activated and moving that weight, essentially. And again, with this one, you can slow down on the negative to make sure that you're maximizing the time under tension. But anyway, that's it from me today. Thank you very much for watching. That's how me and my mum train back and chest, and hopefully you got a bit of value from that. If you want to see any more videos, leave it down in the comments below what you're looking for. There's going to be more mum and son workouts coming, so look forward to that. Hit that subscribe button, give us a like, leave us a comment. Until next time, peace and go get it.